Hey guys, what's going on? Sorry I haven't been uploading videos to YouTube for a while now. A lot of things have happened since I've uploaded videos on the YouTube, and there's a bad one and a good one, and I'll get the bad one out of the way. I don't know if I told you guys this in my previous video, but I was going to fly out to Tennessee to visit family, to get away from, from work and, everything going on with the deployment. My husband was still gone at the time, and just wanted to go to Tennessee to see family and friends for a couple days. I was just supposed to be there for like 3 or 4 days, and that was it. That was the intended plan. And my mother was sick. Before I got there, she was in the hospital. They found some kind of infection in her blood, and but she was still talking to me on the phone, and they were saying that she's gonna have to go to a rehab center for 6 weeks to get another open heart surgery. She had one previously a couple years ago. She had to have a valve replaced because she had a hole in her valve, and they had to replace that. So fast forward, I flew to Tennessee, stayed there for a couple days. I was spending the night with my grandparents, and Shirley, one of Mom's best friends, she's a really good friend of mine as well. She was with Mom at the hospital, and I was going to see Mom again at the hospital. I think I've already seen her like the day I came in. The day I came in, I think my dad and my stepmom, we went to Dollywood, and I got her something at Dollywood, and I came to the hospital that day and showed her what I got her. Stayed with her for a couple hours, and then I spent the night with my grandparents the following day. And sorry, it's really hard to talk about. Shirley called me, and I felt like my whole world was turned upside down, and felt like the whole world just like went out from under me, really. The infection in her blood, like I just said a couple seconds ago, it built up into an infection around her heart, on the left side of her heart, and there's a blockage in her heart as big as a golf ball. And they said it's in a cluster, and they basically say the hospital can't do anything, saying that the cluster is going to burst, and the clutter will burst off, and she'll either have a stroke or a heart attack and die instantly. My grandfather, he drove me to the hospital as soon as I got my things ready, and I stayed with her in the hospital ever since then. And she just went from bad to worse just like that, and it all happened so fast. I pushed back my flight. I was supposed to be back, like I said, I was supposed to be gone for like 3 or 4 days, and I pushed it back to October 2nd. And for some reason, something in my gut told me October 2nd. And then the day after, I changed my flight. It was me, Shirley, my cousin Kathy, and her son Jason. We were all standing in the room just talking. And my mother was taking her last breaths. The nurse told me to go by her side and hold her hand. I held one hand and Shirley held the other. And I kissed her hand, and I looked up, and she was gone. So I watched my mother pass away. It was really hard. Still really hard to talk about. I'm trying not to cry right now. The silver lining in this story is that as my mother was sick, I told the FRG, I don't know if I told you guys previously in another video, FRG is basically your go-to person while your husband's deployed. If you need help with anything, or if you need anything done, that's who you contact. And I told her what was going on with my mother at the time, because at the time she was still alive. And she told me to contact a number for him to get flown in for a family emergency. And praise God, it got done. He was actually on his way to Tennessee. And he didn't get here in time before she passed away. But he was with me through the funeral arrangements, through the funeral, the burial, everything. If it wasn't for him being there, I don't know what I would have done. And like I said, he was on deployment, and it's been 8.5 months since I seen him when he came in, and a lot of that worry and that stress and anxiety went away as soon as I saw him. And fast forward, and I know I haven't uploaded videos, but in this video I'm going to tell you guys what to expect when the homecoming event happens, when your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend come back from deployment. Your FRG will contact you and let you know when the event is. Now, it's going to be on base. It's going to be at the event center. I don't know where your event center is, but I know where it is on Fort Carson. It's not too far. It's like literally right beside the commissary. And you will go in there. It's kind of like a gym, the one we have here anyway. It kind of looks like a gym for a school. They got bleachers in there and the hardwood floors. So we went in there, we sat around, sat and wait, and they actually have a projection screen showing them getting off the plane, and that's live. And then after it was live, they played it on the loop. And the thing was, I was told not to make a sign. A lot of people had signs made saying, you know, welcome back home, would say their last name, what rank. And there was a lot of people there, of course, because there was a lot of people coming back that day. So when they came in, of course, I was trying to find my husband. It's so hard to find my husband when he's in a crowd of soldiers. They're all wearing the same uniform. It's so hard to find them. And sorry. They were all standing in formation, and they sung a couple of songs. They did the Star Spangled Banner, and that was over the speaker. Then they did an army song. Then they did, I think that was a platoon or brigade, so I can't remember. They sung 2 songs. And then someone said a speech. And then the guy in front of him, I think, said, they were released, and it took me and my husband forever to find each other because there were so many people there. He actually called me and texted me. He was like, "Where are you?" And then we finally found each other. So once you found each other, we went outside, and that's where they pick up their gear outside. He had a duffel bag in his backpack. It was so heavy. Oh my gosh, there's so much crap in there. So you take your gear, put it in your car, and then you go home. And for him anyway, he's a tank mechanic, and the vehicles won't be here till next year because they're still overseas. So sorry. So a lot of the things that he did when he came back was classes about how to manage money, how to go back to your normal family life, and all that stuff. So that's basically the whole thing. Like, I was so nervous about going to the event center and the homecoming thing. I was just so nervous because, like I said, not too long ago I saw him because my mother passed away and they flew him in and all that stuff. But him being home for good until his next deployment is like, oh my gosh. Because after they gave him 12 days to come back when he was in Tennessee, they only gave him 12 days, and he had to go back to Kuwait, which sucked. Because when I came back to Colorado in October, early October, it was just It was really hard just to be here alone and to deal with that sudden loss that I had all alone. But he's here now, and we had a great Thanksgiving. Can't wait for the holidays. When try to stay happy for the holidays. And so yeah, that's today's video. Click the like button if you liked the video, and if you really liked it, please subscribe to the video, and I'll see you guys next time.